Yeah, so guys, and welcome to a brand new video. So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is talking about the best investments to make for Team of the Season Most Consistent. So first off, this is just quite an interesting part of the site to see, and that is that they're going to allow us to basically vote for every Team of the Season this year, which is crazy because normally it's just the most consistent and the Bundesliga. So voting for the community starts on the 17th, ends in 3 days' time. Then 2 days after that, so before the most consistent team of the season even comes out, we're then going to be able to vote for the Prem for 3 days. After that, then we're going to be able to vote for the Bundesliga team of the season. So we're voting for the most consistent Prem and Bundesliga, and the most consistent isn't even out at this point. The most consistent is then going to get revealed and then revealed on the 29th, and then it's going to get released on the... Sorry, be revealed and announced on the 29th. And then, yeah, so we'll have the Liga on the 3rd. And then, obviously, after most consistent, that means that we're going to have the Prem, followed by the Bundesliga, followed by the Liga. Then it'll be like the Liga and the Serie A. But back underway with most consistent team of the season. Now, the first thing that's interesting to see is what did they do with team of the season most consistent last year? Well, but they basically gave us a starting 11 and then 4 subs. An interesting observation is, obviously... 4 defenders and a goalkeeper, 3 midfielders, 3 forwards. Just like the formation that you get to choose this year. 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, 3 attackers. But then the other interesting thing is looking at the subs. We got ourselves 1 midfielder, 2 attackers, and 1 defender. I can see them doing the exact same thing. This is basically just the most popular player split. We all love having attackers, and that's why attackers get 2. Midfielders not so demanded, and then obviously defenders and goalkeepers pretty boring. So... let's go have a little look at the most consistent nominees and talk about who we think is going to get team of the season. So we start off here with goalkeepers, and there is absolutely zero question about who we're going to get. Prem, everyone loves the Prem. France, everyone loves France. Lloris is going to get this position without a question, without any question. Now, what's quite interesting is if we look at how Lloris recently did when he went out of packs, because of course he went and got this FUT captain card. He went out of packs on the 8th, and he went from 23 and up to 28, around about 27.5, sorry. So he didn't actually do very well last time. Now, he actually did quite well if you look from when he got leaked. He would have been leaked probably around about this sort of realm, and he rose. Now, Lloris's only utility in FIFA is icon SBCs. Very rarely will you get an SBC that is that high rated and mass demanded, especially around about most consistent and the EFL team of the season. Which means that, again, all his utility lies in icon SBCs. Now, if we go look at his price, he's actually not looking too bad at the likes of 20k and 19 on Xbox and 22 on PC. The only problem with him is, obviously, he is still going to be in packs, so it's not like this weekend you're going to, evade people packing him. But, yeah, he basically fully relies on an icon SBC. I would imagine he'll rise going into Friday this week, because, again, that's what the sort of trend we saw last year. Of course, we also don't have an Icon SBC released yet, so if we get any Icon SBC, that can excel his rise with the hype of him going out of packs. Because, let's be honest, we all know that absolutely none of these goalkeepers are going to get picked other than Lloris. Now we're going to move underway at defenders, and someone who I think has a massive, massive chance of getting in there is going to be Eric Laporte. And Eric Laporte is actually really, really good SBC fodder. So, the reason for this is Spanish, Prem, centre-back, right? Spain, everyone uses Spain because they've got so much fodder. Prem, everyone uses Prem because they've got a lot of fodder. So it'd actually be really, really nice out of packs. I mean, right now he's 15k and he was 15k there. Likewise, his Xbox and PC price is yet to move. And again, this guy would be really, really nice out of packs. If not, what he'll do is he'll rise quite nicely in the hype. Because he's A6 rated, he's got icon SBCs. He's got some of the high rated upgrade packs. Again, we are expecting some decent, upgrade packs in the next 2 weeks. So, yeah, I can imagine the likes of Laporte could be pretty decent for that. So, personally, I don't think Connor Cody or Dawson is going to get in there. Likewise with Senesi. The Connor Cody would be really nice out of packs, but again, I don't think that Wolves are a big enough club, and I don't think there's enough of a pull around him. In fact, the next player, or the next centre-back along this list that I'd actually back would be Todibo. He's a youngster, he's French League good, very good combination right there, but again, him being a youngster, obviously he's an ex-Barca player if I'm not wrong. Now, he'd actually be really, really nice out of packs for generic SBCs. You know the sort of daily SBCs where they go, here you go, 90k. Alright, 5 rares. and so on and so on. He'd be really, really good for that. And an example of someone who I can show you, who you might be like, would be Mukelele. Mukelele, when voting first started, would have been 1.5k. Then with the voting week, he rose to 1.8k, but out of packs, he actually went as high as 3k, and obviously on PC and Xbox, he did a lot better. The reason he does so well is because of the generic SBCs, and because there are no rare French League and centre-backs, exceptions of Kempembe, when people need French League and centre-backs, which you'd be quite surprised, because a lot of the times they want maximum players from one league, and as a result, people go French League and left-back, goalkeeper, centre-back as like a trio hyperlink. And as a result, he's quite well demanded. We've seen him hit like 2-3k a few times this year because of generics. Well, I'd say Todibo wouldn't be too bad out of packs. Again, 800 coins each console, looking good. Good for generic SBCs, and a nice little investment. So the next player who I think we're getting there would be Livramento. English, young, prem. Pretty decent hybrid of things there. The one reason I'd see maybe he wouldn't make it is if they go for the classic, alright, we want a maximum 4 players from each league and nation. I don't believe they do actually state that anywhere. Normally it is a rule that you can only have a maximum 4 from one league or nation, or league I think it is actually just. And yeah, I could see him missing out if they go for that, but because that doesn't seem to be present anywhere here, I could imagine Livramento. Now actually our packs he could be pretty decent, because this guy is very, very good for the Premier League SBC, where you need 8 silvers or bronzes, and I can see him rising for that. Especially in the pre-hype, because a lot of people should be doing the Premier League SBC going into that. And even, again, when the most consistent's out, especially over the weekend when there'll be a lack of upgrade SBCs, I could see him doing quite well. So Livramento, as weird as it is, after maybe a marquee matchup supply on a Thursday, could actually be a really good investment, especially out of packs. Because people who play FIFA are pretty boring, your last 2 players are either going to be Mitchell, or it would literally be Grandit, because he's another French league good. Now, Grandit at 800 coins, not looking bad, but I mean, if you're going by Todibo, he would be better. But Mitchell, likewise, just with Livramento, because people do the League SBC, I can see him rising quite nicely out of packs, because again, you should see the League SBC completed over and over again, and not only will bronze and silvers from the Prem rise, but obviously if they're not in packs, they'll do even better. Now, midfielders, I'd be lying to you if I said it will be easy to tell who people are going to go for. I've seen a lot of predictions on Twitter, and that's probably helped me more than anything with this, but I mean, you've got Gnabry that's relatively popular, you've got Carrasco, Fred's very popular, Zambo's pretty popular. We scroll along right here and we get John McGinn-Iniesta, we got Caqueta, we got Diop, we got Douglas Luiz, another Prem player right there. We then have the likes of Fellaini I've seen in some people's teams. We then scroll along, not many of those guys making teams. And then we got Kone, another Bundesliga French player. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and decipher who I think is going to be, or what I'll do is I'll probably just go for a lot of those players, say how likely I think they'll be in the team, and then how other do out of packs. So to start off here with Gnabry. I think Gnabry's got a decent chance, just because he's one of the more exciting players in the team in terms of like links wise. Well, Gnabry would be really, really nice out of packs, really good for upgrade SBCs, really good in the pre-hype of upgrade SBCs, X the hype of him going out of packs. And yeah, I can see him doing pretty well, especially, I mean, we can see consistent rises there, then another rise there, then another rise there, then another rise there. So he's very, very consistent with SBCs. So if you add the SBC plus the hype of him going out of packs, and then even when he is out of packs, he should do pretty nicely. So we get to Fred, and I'll be honest with you, unless you're going to be picking Fred up at like 800 coins, he's not very useful whatsoever. There's so many Brazilian Prem centre mids that I just discard that he doesn't really hold any sort of unique utility whatsoever. The only thing he really does is, I guess he's got Man United on his side, and then he's 81 rated, but an 81 red Prem centre mid is just nothing special, which is why I don't really think there's any investment. Even though I'd say I'd probably put him as one of the guaranteed guys to get it, because he's got a very popular combination of league, nation, club even. I don't think there's any money of him being out of packs, because he doesn't offer anything special for any sort of SBCs. Sadly, the same going for Zambo. Zambo literally doesn't offer anything for SBCs other than just being a rare gold. Throughout the majority of the game, this guy is literally sitting at discard because he's just not useful. He's a rare obviously Serie A player that just doesn't have any good links whatsoever in terms of getting high chemistry for SBCs. So Again, another player who I'd actually is back being out of packs, but I just don't think he has any utility out of packs. We then get to a few, I guess, honourable mentions in this. And I'd say Caqueta. Caqueta, when he actually went out of packs due to being a future star recently, did not rise whatsoever. So completely useless out of packs. Diop, on the other hand, would be insane out of packs. So, because there is a lack of French Ligue and left mids, the only rare being Bamba, whenever there's an SBC that needs you to basically use one nation, a lot of people go down the France route. And Diop would do really, really well. If you go and pick him up, I mean, it's a bit of a gamble because I don't think he does hit the team. Not a very famous player. Probably a youngster, so there's a bit of hype around him there. French League, and there's a bit of hype around there. I mean, what is his card? His card is 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot, which isn't that hyped. But yeah, for 800 coins, he'd probably be hitting about 2-3k out of packs. If he does go out of packs, I just don't think he's very favourable to actually get a team of the season. Final honourable mention on someone who could get one in the midfield, and that would be Kone. Kone's a silver Bundesliga player, doesn't really offer any sort of good utility. Not very demanded because no one does the Bundesliga SBC. Although I think someone who could potentially get in it because, again, French combination. Everyone, enjoys the French players. And there's quite a lot of Prem players, so maybe what happens is one of the Prem players does get replaced with one of the Frenchies. But yeah, don't really see much utility out of packs, so yeah, no need to invest in him, even if you do think he is getting in. So starting off here with the attack, and yeah, one who I think has got a very high chance is Adeyemi. Obviously very hyped amongst the social media side, I guess, of FIFA. Very hyped young German player, just one of the very hyped youngsters who's always expected to go to a big club in the next few years. No demand for him out of packs, honestly, unless they do something crazy with silver stars. I can't see there be any demand for him because, there's nothing more than hype of him going out of packs. It'd be almost like the only way he'd be a good investment is almost pretty pyramid schemey. You buy him just in the hope that someone else thinks he's a good investment, rather than him actually being a good investment out of packs. Player who I think is probably guaranteed one as well is Lacazette. What's quite nice about the attackers is the majority of them are trash. Because the majority of them are trash, you can probably gamble that the 4 I'm selecting are going to be the 3 plus at least one of them being a sub. But the second one is Lacazette. I mean, just look how Lacazette's done out of packs for him getting a foot captain card today. This card has gone from 1.7 to 5k. Therefore, if this card goes down to about 1.52k between him going out of packs due to being a foot captain and team of the season most consistent, I can see him doing well. Reason it does well? High-rated non-rare. High-rated non-rares are some of the rarest cards on FIFA because what you got to think is the average player goes, it's a non-rare. Let me just get rid of it and discard it. Happens so much and he'll be discarded so much that very few people will keep him. On top of that, packing an 82 rated non-rare is a lot harder than packing a 76 rated non-rare. And as a result, that makes him rare. But yeah, really, really nice out of packs. High chance of getting the team of the season. Yeah, Lacazette. And then our third attacker who I think will hit the team is Big Wilf. Now, one of the reasons I think he might not hit the team is potentially due to the Premier League. I don't know if he'll be one of the most popular Premier League players, especially over Suarez. But again, at the moment, it doesn't seem to be that that's going to be a problem. Now, out of packs, Zaha kind of sucks. The reason he kind of sucks is because he is a default left forward. And because he's a default left forward, he's just not really using SBCs because they're always left wings and left mids. And people on FIFA are a bit stupid and they won't use left forwards at left wings, even if it's, saves them loads of money just because it's not mainstream enough for them. So, I wouldn't really recommend him out of packs. I don't think he'll do that well. If you go and position change him from a left forward to a left wing, which is probably 200 coins, you probably make like 1k to 2k per card. It'll be a nice little trading method to do. But yeah, because he defaults left forward, it means he's just awful when it comes to being demanded for SBCs. And our final player, and again, I'd be very surprised if he doesn't hit the team or the bench, is Mr. Luis Suarez. Again, it's really easy to decide who's going to get one in the attackers. Bear in mind that half the players are Championship, Scottish League, Belgian Pro League, just the leagues that don't have as much attraction. We go look at Suarez, and Suarez will do nicely out of packs. Again, his only real utility is for icon SBCs because he's so excessively high. But I'd say he's got a decent chance of hitting the team. And again, would be pretty decent out of packs given we get a decent icon SBC. So this would be my highly predicted team of the season. Again, if they go and make it maximum 4 from each league, I think in the Prem I could see you getting probably Mitchell and Livramento being dropped and, probably being replaced by probably just some French players, let's be completely honest. But that has been that. So the investments in the starting 11 again are Lloris, Laporte, Tabido, Livramento and Mitchell would be good. And again, same with that last French centre-back. Then in the midfield, Fred's a bit useless, Zambo's a bit useless, and Gnabry's a good investment. And then finally with the attack, Lacazette, Suarez are the good investments. And again, I wouldn't go for Zaha and Adeyemi. So hopefully this has helped you guys with a little bit of investing ahead of most consistent team of the season. I'm still all in on my FUT captains, hoping they're going to do pretty well. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.